Okay, let's get into the movement of the sides of the body. So bring yourself down onto the left side here. And I'm just bringing my audio equipment there with me. Now, bring your knees up to about 90 degrees so that between your knees, your hips, and your ankles, you have two 90 degrees. One 90 degree here and one 90 degree here. That's going to make sure that you get optimal feeling in the muscles here, which we'll activate in a moment. And then my ears, now if you need a blanket or something, you can get that. But if you can, just place your ear here like that on your arm. If you have any injuries, of course, we want to just moderate and adapt to whatever is going to be comfortable for you. The point of this movement is to pandiculate the sides of the body so that if the muscles are very tight in the sides or if it's crewing on a daily basis, we just manage it this way. So I'll show you how we're going to do this. Your head is on the arm. Your hand is on top of head. And I'd like you to just briefly inhale and fill the side with your breath. A couple more times. I'd like you to feel the sides expanding and relaxing. And again. Good. Now on the next exhale, I'm going to have you slowly lift your shoulder and head and arm up. And we're going to see if we can pandiculate and contract the muscles in the side like that. So you can watch me here. I'm going to inhale, exhale, slowly. My shoulder's going to come up and I'm going to feel muscles on the side of the body making this movement happen. And when I can feel that contraction, then I'm going to slowly lengthen out. So again, the idea is to create flexibility. I'm going to go into the muscle even more than it's contracted in order to release it, like a parking brake, lifting it up in order to release it down, right? Now, here's another point. Typically, we are either rotated forward or backwards naturally with our habit patterns. Okay, so here's another point. Typically, with our patterns, we're either rolled forward or we're rolled to the back. So for most of us, it's going to be actually hard to find the feeling of a true midline. So we're going to focus on getting all three lines of the side. So there's the front side, there's the side, or the middle side, the midline of the side, and then there's the back of the sides. So we want to access all three of those planes of the side. But if it helps also to have someone to look at you and say, okay, that's the right side, that's the middle, yeah, that's the true midline. Because sometimes we feel like it's a midline, but really it's the back line or the front line. So if you have someone to just review you, to look at you, if you have someone to just watch you do this for a moment, it can be helpful to help you get the honest midline. So another point is these neck muscles will get tight if you do this movement too much and you keep your head up, obviously, right? But the purpose of this movement is to not use your head and your neck muscles. It's to really engage this. You really want to feel that muscle happening and then slowly lengthen it out. Okay, so we'll do one more on the midline. Okay, so inhale, exhale, contract the midline, feel it like an accordion, and then slowly lengthen out. Now, inhale again, and this time exhale and come down the midline, but then rotate forward a little bit. So you're going to get more of the front of the middle, like that, and then slowly lengthen out. Yeah. Good. Now, one of the beauties of this movement is when the sides of the body are open and the muscles in between the ribs are open and spacious, guess what has more space to expand? The lungs. So you get more space here by doing the movements, making sure the muscles aren't hyper-contracted along the rib cage. And that's going to allow you to get more oxygen, more circulation into the body with each breath. So this is an important one. Okay, so let's do one more middle to the front. Okay, so we're going to inhale, exhale, and then come down into the front a little bit. Capture the feeling. And then slowly come out. Good. All right, we're just going to do two more to the back now. So this time you're going to inhale, exhale, come down, and then roll backwards a little bit. So you want to feel the shoulder blade dropping back towards the spine. You'll feel the back muscles tighten there. And then slowly lengthen out. Okay, one more. Inhale. Exhale. Down the side and then roll to the back a little bit. And feel the muscles behind the back of the shoulder, in the midline, the mid-back, contract, and then slowly lengthen out. Good. Okay, after you do the diagonals of the sides, the mid side, the front side, and the back side, and feel the pendiculation there, let's go ahead and feel this muscle here. So just below the rib cage and the top of the hip, you can feel little muscles here. You might not feel much actually, but you'll feel it when you do this. So, okay, so now let's get the bottom half of the sides. So if you feel the bottom of your rib cage, and then feel the top of the hip crest, and then the space in between, there's a little space in between. There's a muscle there. We want to pendiculate this little muscle here in conjunction with the muscles above the. So we want to make sure we're pendiculating this little muscle here in conjunction with the muscles of the rest of the side of the trunk. So you can just, what I like to do is have your hands right in that little space, and then keep your knees together and slowly bring just the foot up. Now you'll feel automatically the hips start to roll up, and you'll feel this muscle here tighten to make that happen. And then totally relax the foot, and then the muscle relaxes even more. So again, I'm going to go into it. This is the quadratus lumborum here. Okay, feel the muscle tighten, and then slowly relax it down. One more time. Good. So it's just one way to pendiculate this muscle group. So here we go. We're going to inhale, and then on the exhale, slowly lift the foot up, and then bring that shoulder down the midline, and feel those muscles contract like an accordion. You can go into it even more, and then slowly relax out. Yeah, and that's a great way to open the muscles of the sides. Do it one more time. Inhale, exhale. Foot up, pendiculate, feel the accordion here, contraction, and then slowly down. Good. And then relax your arm and just come onto your back for a moment. And I want you to feel this because most likely from doing the pendiculations on the right side of the side there, you're going to notice that there's more space on the right side between your right hip and your right shoulder. See if you can notice that. Does it feel longer? Does it feel more open? And allow a couple breath cycles to happen. Again, we're untrapping the breath. The breath gets stuck, the energy gets stuck in tight muscles. So we unlock the muscles with these movements, and then the breath can circulate more freely. Good, so you might note, I always notice quite a dramatic expansion on my right side after I do that, and then notice how the left side feels a little bit shorter, more compacted, more contracted, right? Good. All right, let's go to the left side now. Okay, same thing here on this side. We're going to now pendiculate the left side of the body. So I'm here, I'm resting my ear on the arm, and I'm going to inhale, inflate the side. Exhale, and I'm going to slowly come up. Feel the muscles contracting in the upper half of the side, and slowly down. So I'm trying to find my midline. It's not always perfect, but you try to find the midline, and then we inhale, exhale, try to find the midline again, down the middle of the back, down the middle of the side, slowly down. Try not to stretch your head. I stretched my head a little bit. Try not to stretch the head or pull the head. Just kind of placing it there. Your focus is, of course, to pendiculate and feel the muscles of the side of the belly, side of the body. Your focus is to pendiculate the sides of the body, not to stretch the neck or activate the neck, okay? But it will participate a little bit naturally, okay? So here we go. Inhale, inflate the side.
exhale. Now we're coming up and then roll forward a little bit. So now you're pendiculating the front of the side and then slowly lengthen out. Good. Find a breath. Untrap the breath. Free the breath. Okay, and again, inhale, exhale, down the side, and then forward a little bit. Get into there. Feel that? Yep, a little hard to talk when I'm doing that. Good. Lengthen out. Now we're going to do two more, but down the mid and then the back. So we're going to inflate, exhale, down the midline, and then roll back a little bit. So you're going to feel the shoulder blade drop down towards the spine. You should feel those muscles activate in the back of the shoulder and the midline. So again, it's the mid-back. And then relax it down. One more time. Good. Good. So again, I want you to make sure you're feeling those three ranges of, because you're three-dimensional, you're multi-dimensional. So because we're multi-dimensional, I want to make sure you can feel the front of the side of the side, and the back of the side. And you're just going to get more space created in the vertebrae, in the muscles in between the ribs and the lats, and all the muscles in the sides and front of the sides and back of the sides, which is quite a few muscle groups. So we pendiculate them to open them up. Contract and relax and make sure that they're buoyant, active, supple, have good circulation, and functional. Okay, now let's go ahead and access the lower half of the side. So go ahead and just when you're ready, slowly make sure your 90 degrees are there, and then you can use your hand to press into that space and then lift the foot up slowly, and you want to look for the feeling here of this muscle rotating the hip up. Good. You can start to feel that. So there's a pendiculation there. Feel the muscle contract and then slowly relax it down. Good. Just a couple times, and then we can combine both forces. So again, on the inhale, fill the side. On the exhale, slowly bring the shoulder up and lift the foot up, and you sink into it like an accordion. So feel all these muscles contract, and if you need to feel a little more, go into it a touch more. Yeah. And then lengthen out. Good. One more time. Inhale, exhale. I'm just going down the midline here, which is fine to capture both of those. But you can always also combine that movement with the back of the side and the front of the side. Good. So now, roll on your back of the body and let's see if the sides are more equal. Okay. Okay, and then roll over onto your back, and let's just see how the left side is feeling compared to the right. So you pendiculated the right side, now you pendiculated the left, and it should feel a little bit more even between the left hip and underneath the arms, left and right. So it should be more length and space. Again, you have more length and space for the organs, for the lungs, right? And then of course too, when the muscles are tight in the sides, guess what else gets compressed? The spine. So now if this is all opening here, the spine has space to also elongate, right? Which is going to make us feel longer, it's going to increase circulation, it's going to be just better for our health in general.